Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up video. And I want to say Happy Chinese New Year to every person who celebrates the Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year. And it is the year of the rat, I do believe. So we've moved from the year of the pig, where we saw Gucci designing lots of pig-related items. It is now the year of the rat. So maybe Banksy, who does lots of rat designs, he's actually in, obviously, this year. So happy Chinese New Year to everybody who celebrates it. And even if you don't, hey, just happy Chinese New Year. Welcome. It is Saturday the 25th of January 2020, and I am going to be going through in this video a whole range of royal stories. It is not limited to what is in the title. I can only fit a fraction of what we're going to talk about today into the title. So we're going to go through a whole range of stories. Now, in yesterday's live chat, I tried something different. I wrote down, in a different coloured pen to what my notes are in, the timestamp. So let me know how that worked for you. Did it work well with a timestamp? Because afterwards, when the video finished, I went off and in the edit, in the description box, I put timestamps for each story and also included any links that I shared. So if that worked well for you, do let me know. Also, do give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Now, before we move on to the royal stories, I want to talk about something that's come to my attention within the sort of realms of YouTube. So apparently, YouTube are sending out satisfaction surveys. I think at the end of a video, so once you've watched a video, you may see satisfaction surveys. Do let me know if you have seen them on my video or not. I haven't had one on other people's videos that I've watched, but if you have come across a satisfaction survey of the video, do let me know. Just to explain a little bit about these satisfaction surveys, if you come across them, it is not about if you are satisfied, if you agree or disagree with the content of the video. It's whether you feel satisfied about the content of the video. So it's not if you agree with it, it's whether you feel satisfied by the video. And that does affect how YouTube ranks videos. So please bear that in mind when you are ranking the video. So it's more like what job you think I have done in the video to satisfy you, rather than if you agree with the content of the video. So for example, if it's a royal that you don't like, it's not about that, it's whether or not you think I, as a creator, have done a good job. So I just thought I would make you aware of that. So before I go into the royal stories, I will find the chat room live right now and see who is in, to see if notifications have gone out. Here we go. I can see the chat room. It is coming up. It is coming up. Here it is. Hello. I can see you all. There we go. I can see everyone. Hello. Bella says, yes, it's the year of the rat. And by the way, I think my Chinese birth animal, because it goes by the year you were born as well, is actually the pig. Maria says that you love the timestamps. Thank you to Duchess of St Andrews for your comment. Right, okay. I am going to start now. So I'm making a note of the timestamp. 4:22. There we go. It helps me. It really, really does. Right, so the first link I'm going to share is a series of pictures of the Queen and Prince Philip who have been seen out today at Sandringham. So I'm going to share that now with you all. Obviously, if you're watching on catch-up, if you're watching once the live is finished, I will pop the link into the description so you can open it and follow as well. So I'm not going to read the whole article, but I do want to review the photographs and talk about everything. So This is the first time the Queen has been seen in public, obviously since the news that she missed the Women's Institute engagement, which she always attends at Sandringham. So she wasn't able to do that, and the palace said that was because she was suffering from a cold, or rather recovering from a cold. So here we see evidence the Queen is not, if you've heard any rumours, the Queen is not so ill that she can't get up. She's driving her own vehicle, headscarf on, seatbelt on. Should stress the royals are now wearing their seatbelts after everything that went on, obviously, with Prince Philip. But the Queen looks okay to me. Sometimes, as I said, you can feel down. Sometimes your immune system can be down. That is not surprising after everything that has happened to the Queen over the past couple of months, with Prince Andrew, stress, with Harry and Meghan, stress, with Philip being ill, stress. There has been a lot of stress, personal stress, and the Queen, obviously, a mere mortal. I know she's a goddess. I refer to her as a goddess, but in reality, mere mortal, and succumbed to a cold. But she is recovered. She's driving, so I think all is okay. Perhaps she just didn't feel up to going to that engagement on that occasion. I'm scrolling down. Oh, that is so cute. The photograph of her driving her Range Rover. She looks so tiny, and she's kind of like peeping over the steering wheel. But yeah, she does drive. I don't think she's driving at the moment on public roads, but she is driving on the private estates, which is perfectly fine. There she is wearing her blue headscarf. I can't quite tell if it's a Hermes scarf at the moment. I think it may be. She does have a big, wide collection of Hermes scarves. The Range Rover looks really good too. Scroll down and then you can see some photographs of Prince Philip, who is being driven by Princess Anne. So Anne is being the chauffeur on this occasion. As we know, Philip has given up driving on public roads. I still think he drives on the estates, very much as the Queen does. But on this occasion, he's being driven by Princess Anne. And I think that is perhaps an indication of health. We know, obviously, over Christmas, just before Christmas, he was in hospital. They didn't entirely disclose what that illness was, but I do think he is still recovering from that illness. He's being driven, but it was really, really good to see him. We don't often see Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, anymore. Sightings are quite rare, but there he is. He's well. He doesn't look bad. He's 98 years old. Perhaps looking more his age these days, but hey, he's still with us. He's still there. He's still with the Queen, and he looks happy. So I think that is really, really good. I'm just going to go to the comment section and see what people are saying. Elizabeth Regina says, "Love the scarf." Oh, by the way, I want to say, get well, Tito. Mwah! To you, Tito. Mwah! Woof woof. H.M. the King says, Anne works part-time for Uber. Oh my goodness. Princess Anne is not an Uber driver. Don't start those rumours. Can you imagine? Sharona says, please help. I sent letters to Eugenie and Beatrice nearly 3 months ago to Kensington and St James's Palace. Are these the right places? Technically, yes, because Eugenie is based at Kensington and Beatrice, I think, is still based at St James's. But you probably would have been better just to send directly to Buckingham Palace, maybe. H.M. the King says, the Queen is driving the Duchess of Gloucester, by the way. I couldn't quite make out who it was, but yes. I'm sure that is one of the ladies. And the Duchess of Gloucester, I would imagine, is a very, very good companion for her. Let's have a look. Right, I'm going to move on, not to a different story. I'm going to stay on the same article, but also today was seen the Earl of Wessex, Prince Edward, and he was out with his daughter, Lady Louise. And they were at home in Windsor Great Park. And that was this morning, I do believe. Obviously, Lady Louise is now 16, and she's very, very keen on horses, as very much most of the members of the royal family are. And those horses look magnificent, and I'm sure she will, almost follow in the Queen's footsteps as an accomplished, I would like to say horse connoisseur. I don't know what the word is, but the Queen is really, really up on obviously breeding horses, stud farms basically. I don't know. I've got a sense that I think Lady Louise might kind of follow in Granny's footsteps, shall we say? There isn't much the Queen does not know about horses and studying form, and knowing what to choose and what to pick in terms of which horse to match with, which horse to breed, and produce successful racehorses. Yes, the Queen is a horse enthusiast. That was possibly what I was looking for. Oh, hang on. I need to. I keep forgetting to do my timestamp. So where was I? Round about 10:30 for that one. So there are a series of photographs in the link I posted about that. And yes, we will not do anything else in that article. So we will move on to the next story, which is Ellen. So as you know, there was there have been obviously rumours, as I said yesterday, timestamp 11:52, hang on, I need to remember to keep doing this. Right, there has been a number of stories recently about who Harry and Meghan may do an interview with. I spoke at length about this in yesterday's video, but there was rumours about Gail King, Oprah Winfrey. Then it turned out that there was rumours about Ellen, the palace, and Ellen's camp yesterday apparently denied there was going to be an interview. But I just watched a video of Ellen, and she was paparazzied by Splash Media. I'll share the link to the article, and in the article there is also the video. So I watched the video just before coming on, and it kind of confirmed my own suspicions. So obviously Ellen will have heard the rumours that she was in talks to do an interview with Meghan and Harry, or Meghan, as some sources were saying. So asked by the paparazzi guy, who, in the context of the video, she was walking, she was on the phone, she had her hood on. It looked like she didn't particularly want to be bothered. And then there was this pesky paparazzi guy with a big video camera who was following her on her walk, asking her questions about Harry and Meghan. We know that Ellen is a comedian. So asked about it, her response was, sure, I'm excited. But she said it in a way where it made me feel like she was just joking. I don't think she was being serious. I don't think Ellen's comments can confirm anything, because a lot of people have said, oh well, Ellen said sure, I'm excited, that means that she's definitely going to do it. I don't think it does. In the context of Ellen being followed by a pesky paparazzi guy, the fact that she is known for comedy and her sense of humour, I just kind of think that she was being ironic. I think she just said it, basically. But I don't think it's true. In terms of, I said it yesterday, I don't think Harry and Meghan will be doing a tell-all interview with anybody. But wait for there to be anything official. So no, I don't think Ellen's comments can confirm nor deny anything. But do let me know what you think. Right, I'm going to move on to the next story, which is Sarah Ferguson. Sarah, Duchess of York, so 1450. Where are we? So, this next story, Um, it's kind of pertinent because we have been talking a lot because of what Harry and Meghan are doing, stepping back as senior royals, wanting to be financially independent. There has been a lot of talk about how other royals have and are commercializing themselves. So we've seen stories about Peter Phillips advertising milk, or rather, being a brand ambassador for milk in China. We've seen Lady Kitty Spencer with milk in China. We've seen talk of what Zara's been doing, brand ambassador, and all the other work she's been doing. We know about Sarah Ferguson, Sarah Duchess of York's past endeavours. We know that she has sold rights to children's books. We know that she's been sponsored, been a brand ambassador for Weight Watchers. These are all things which she has done throughout the years. And as we know, she is still with Prince Andrew. We know that. And the royal family has not had any problem with what she has commercialized in the past in terms of writing books, selling the rights to that, being a brand ambassador for Weight Watchers. We know that she does not have a HRH. We know that she is not the Duchess of York. She is Sarah, Duchess of York, which is styled as a divorced member. She uses Duchess of York pretty much as a surname, although I'm pretty sure that she kind of still thinks of herself as the Duchess of York, but she's not. So technically she's not royal. Technically she's not the Duchess of York. Harry and Meghan are still technically the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, technically still HRH. So there is a bit of a difference there when it comes to commercialisation. But the Duchess, rather Sarah, Duchess of York, is basically launching a new range of products. But she is pretty much calling it the Duchess range. We spoke about this like months ago about there possibly being a range of like scent reed diffusers and all the rest of it, but it is coming to fruition. A lot of this stuff will be available on the shopping channel QVC, and there is also going to be other things in the process of being created. I'm going to read a little bit about from the promotional literature about what Sarah is planning. So it says the Duchess's unique perspective on the world and speaks of her vision to create a better world founded on realism and empathy. An unspecified percentage of profits will go to charitable causes. So whatever these products make, a percentage of it, undisclosed at the moment, will be going to charitable causes. Will it ever be disclosed? I don't know. Will it be probably a very small percentage? Again, we don't know, so we can't kind of speculate on that. But what we do know is a percentage, an unspecified percentage, will go to charitable causes. There are 3 brands. Ginger and Moss is the premium brand comprising of tea, textiles and wallpaper. I mean, again, I don't think any of those products would necessarily compromise Her Majesty's integrity. So probably very much in line with what I imagine there is probably an undisclosed kind of code of conduct behind the scenes. So I don't really think that tea, textiles and wallpaper are going to compromise that. And they will be available at stores such as Harrods and Selfridges, so high-end UK department stores. The Duchess collection is the accessible premium range and includes Duchess blends of tea, teaware china, Duchess collection jewellery and Duchess preserve jams. So again, nothing in there that I think is going to raise too many eyebrows. Promotional material also says that the Duchess collection is a carefully selected collection of products inspired by the Duchess's creative vision, rooted in the Duchess's own family heritage. Accessibly priced and available through premium supermarkets, high street retail and food service. The range of products provides a touch of glamour, genuine compassion and inspiration in every unique product. The planned products include pudding and mocktail herbal teas called Mint Humbug and Pink Fizz. To be honest, they sound quite nice. Body and bath fragrances based on the Duchess's garden at Royal Lodge in Windsor, and fashion jewellery carrying inspiration slogans such as hope, faith, and love. Finally, there is a range of organic convenience foods branded Fergie's Farm, which she hopes to sell in supermarkets. Fergie's Farm! My goodness. Last night, a source close to the Duchess said, despite the idea of being touted in recent months, Duchess Incorporated is in its early stages. So, nothing as of yet, literally to go to market, but that is an update on what we were speaking about several months ago. I'm going to go and see what people are saying all about that. Renee says, I wanted to know if Prince Andrew and his ex-wife are still together, dating, but just not married. I think so. Sarah has given last year a kind of series of... she's made comments on certain things where she's kind of alluded to the fact that they are still together. She hasn't directly come out and said it, but pretty much I think you can read between the lines quite strongly that they are still together. I think we pretty much know that. They live together, they've co-parented together. Yeah, I think pretty much Sarah has said that yes, they are. Rachel Sun says, don't think Beatrice and Eugenie will be senior royals. Their husbands have jobs and businesses. Again, that they are princesses of the United Kingdom. They most certainly could step up if required. Creative Life says, why call it the Duchess Collection? That's profiting off the royal family. Is it? Well, no, because technically, a duchess is the spousal title of a duke, which is a member of the aristocracy. Dukes or members of the aristocracy don't necessarily have to be royal. So no, I mean, we know that she has a connection to the royal family, but technically, a duchess does not have to be royal. Technically, Sarah is not royal. So yes, it is what it is. But of course, it's going to come under scrutiny. It's going to come under the same scrutiny almost as what Harry and Meghan's is going to. But the difference is Harry and Meghan still technically are HRH, even though they're not using that title. They are still technically the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, although obviously, like I said, being a Duke or Duchess doesn't necessarily mean you have to be royal. It's complicated. But as we know, Harry and Meghan's arrangements will be under review in a year's time. So the Queen, the Palace, senior members of the royal family will take a look at what they've done in that period and they will see if it's worked. So, you know, have the things that they have done compromised Her Majesty's values? That awaits to be seen, and that will be under review. I am sure if Fergie has stepped over the line with Fergie's Farm or whatever it is that she's trying to profit from, I am sure that will come under similar scrutiny too. If the Queen is not happy with how anything is going, she will make her thoughts known. Let's have a look. Fazzled Halon says, as long as they aren't using taxpayers' money, why should you care? I am confused. We've spoken a lot about that on the channel, so we are not going to speak further about that. I have made many videos where we have spoken on all the different sorts of speculation. Where we're at the moment is that things are moving ahead. There is going to be a transition period, which we are in now. Once that transition period has finished, they will probably have a year from the spring of 2020 for everything to be under review. And that is where we are at the moment with all of that. Right, I'm going to move on now to Zara Tindall, who has been seen at Cheltenham. So 24:30. Here we go. Okay, so Zara Tindall. Let me share a series of photographs about Zara. There we go. So moving on. Okay, so Zara also has a new role. Of course, it is in a private capacity. So she has a new role as Cheltenham Racecourse Director. And she took up this position on New Year's Day. So if you scroll down, you can see Zara wearing, I quite like the hat. And I like Zara's blonde bob. I think it really, really suits her. She's looking happy. She's looking healthy. I love her coat. I will see if it says where it's from in a bit. But yeah, Zara looking very, very good. I like her boots as well. And you know, of course, she also is able to commercialize what she does. And of course, a very accomplished horsewoman. So there we go. Only a couple of pictures of Zara, but she is looking well, I think I can definitely. Oh, yeah, navy coat. It just says a navy coat with a jockey club brooch and a grey fedora hat. So this is the final race meet before the 4-day Cheltenham Festival in March, where horses and owners and trainers bid to become the festival winner. Zara has talked at the race course and described her position as an honour after taking up the position on New Year's Day for the first fixture of 2020. And I have no doubt that anything to do with horses most definitely will be a big honour to Zara, who again, like Lady Louise and the Queen, you know, are accomplished horsewomen, and just, you know, a lot of their passion is horses, horse racing, stud farm, dressage, eventing in terms of Zara. So yeah, anything to do with horses is a big passion for these royal ladies. So Zara will have taken that as a big honour. Jackie says, how will Harry and Meghan be any different than Zara and Peter, I think you mean? Well, obviously, Peter and Zara, I mean, again, I've spoken about this lots, have never, ever had a HRH. They have never, although they are members of the royal family, they are still in the line of succession. They've never held a royal title, have been private citizens from birth. Harry and Meghan have still have HRHs, although they're choosing not to use it, and they are still technically the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and they are higher up in the line of succession. Adrienne says, Zara is stunning. Her mother and the Queen must be very proud of the way she goes about her life. Indeed. Right, I'm going to move on again because, like I said, there was lots and lots and lots of stories today. Let's go. So it's 28 for that one. Right, I'm going to move on to the news that Prince William has had a new appointment. So if you watched the video that I posted today before this video, so it's the one directly before this, I did make a video kind of explaining it all. So I read the official statement that was put out by Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace explaining all about this new role. It is just for a year. Other members of the royal family have held this position and fulfilled it before in previous years. Princess Anne has actually held it twice. So its position as Lord High Commissioner for the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, and it is for this year. So William takes on the role at a key time for the union between England and Scotland as Britain prepares, obviously, to leave the EU. The new role means that he will represent the monarch at the Church of Scotland's General Assembly from the 18th to the 22nd of May this year, and is likely to carry out engagements to highlight the work of charities and the church. So there we go. That is a new role for Prince William this year, and it is quite significant. I think it shows his position is progressing. You know, he has been obviously a senior member of the royal family all his life, but his role is rapidly changing. He's taking on a lot more formal and high-profile duties within the royal family. He is stepping up. He is very much preparing to take on the role of Prince of Wales when eventually that comes. A few years ago, he undertook a course in land management. That was so that he could be prepared to take on the Duchy of Cornwall when he inherits that, when it's passed on from his father when Charles becomes king and ascends to the throne. So he is preparing to move forward. He is taking on these duties, which are all really, really good. When he's hosting those events this year for the Church of Scotland, he will be adding valuable skills, valuable experience for when he is Prince of Wales, when eventually he is king. So this is all, it all marks a really big step up for Prince William. So this is quite a significant role for this year. He will probably, take this role on in other years as well to come. But yeah, it is quite a big, important, meaty, chunky role for William to take on in 2020. Frazzled Halo says, a lot going on with the royals. Indeed, there most definitely is. Miss Giselle says, how is the Queen's health? Do you think it's a cold or the stress of Andrew, her husband, and other family issues taking its toll? We've seen her in today's video. She's been driving her car. I think she's fine. She is just recovering from a cold. But I do think, you can become more susceptible to colds if your immune system is a bit low, maybe because of stress. But also, she is 93 and, anyone can get a cold. I fell ill a bit over Christmas as well. The Queen, I know I like to say she's a goddess, but she is still mortal and is susceptible to colds too. Michael says, I do wonder if Charles is too old to become king. Never! You can never be too old to become king. Unless he ascended to the throne at a time when he met any of the criteria for there to be a regency. If he ascended to the throne in really bad health, if his mind wasn't there, if he was absent for any reason, then potentially there could be a regency straight away. But I don't think we are at that point. Elizabeth Vagina says, Charles is not too old to become king. Exactly. Shrona said, weird question, why don't you put a black band on your tiaras? Oh, some of them don't need it. This one's got quite long, I don't know what you call them, but these are quite long, so they kind of stay on your head. Some of the tiaras are quite short, and they can move around a bit. So this one is the Duchess Augusta Lover's Knot tiara. It's not the Cambridge Lover's Knot. This is the one that the Cambridge Lover's Knot was based on. So this is the original Duchess Augusta Lover's Knot tiara. So no, I don't need, look, I can move my head around and it hardly moves. Jan Williams says, if Charles takes after his parents and grandmother, he could be king for 30 years. He could, potentially. Lady Bunting says, oh, I see the top pearls. Yes, these are the top pearls. I do actually really, really like this tiara. Kelly Rogers says, I'm finally getting to see you live. Make your cup with a crown for me. I would totally buy several. Oh yes, by the way, just in case you have noticed, there is some official Royal Reviewer merchandise near where the description box is. These are all official. I designed them myself. They are available now, and I will be adding more products to it. There's a Royal Reviewer mug. We have a Sussex collection, and we also have a Cambridge collection as well. It includes leggings, hoodies, t-shirts, all the rest of it. So there you go, and all available in different colours, just in case you were wondering. Yes, Charles is 71, people. Charles is indeed 71. Right, now, is there anything else on my list? I think there might be, actually. Oh, yes, there is. Let me move on. So it's 34. Okay, so 34:30. So the next thing that I was going to talk about is an upcoming engagement for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, who will attend the British Academy Film Awards ceremony at the Royal Albert Hall on Sunday, the 2nd of February. So not too far away. Now, previously, on these sorts of occasions for the royals, in Princess Diana's time, we would have seen, and before, in Queen Elizabeth's time, when she was Princess Elizabeth, film premieres, all this sorts of thing, these sorts of occasions could have been tiara occasions. I would love to see a big, billowing, chiffon evening gown. I would love it. And I would love to see a tiara worn for this occasion. Oh, please, right, if anyone's watching at the palace, at Kensington Palace, Catherine, if you're watching, please bring back these tiara occasion moments. Oh, please, just please, 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 please. I would love it. Let me know in the comment section if you would also like to see these sorts of occasions be tiara moments again. Yes. Hashtag make tiaras great again. That's what I want to see. Hashtag make tiaras great again. Let's have a look what people are saying. And that was my last story, by the way. Was the Queen sick? Yes, she had a cold and she missed an engagement because of recovering from a cold. Samantha says, every day is a tiara day. Anthony says, your tiara, Elliot, compliments your head really nicely. You have a very symmetrical head bones. Well, thank you. I think it does too, don't you think? I mean, I could wear my tiaras a little bit more towards the front. I mean, you can wear them like this, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you prefer them better this way? Or do you prefer them kind of as I have them, a bit more kind of... I know you can't see them as well, but I like my hair tiara too. Carrie says, is greater commercialising of the royal family overall a good thing? Good question. Like I say, you know, Sarah has been doing it for a very, very long time. Edward tried it with his production company still whilst he was Prince and HRH. So there has been commercialising going on before. I think what has been a worry is how Harry and Meghan intend to commercialise themselves. And also the profile that they are going to bring to that commercialisation. It might not be as discreet, for example, as Peter Phillips selling milk in China. If it wasn't for what was going on with Harry and Meghan right now, probably we would have unlikely heard of Peter selling milk. You know, these commercial ventures probably wouldn't be at the forefront. I think it's because of Harry and Meghan's higher profile. Also the fact that they are still HRH, still technically the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, still high up in the line of succession. I think the royal family may be a little bit worried about how they're going to do it. Again, you know, this reflects in this that it's going to be reviewed after a year. So very, very much, you know, the Queen, senior members of the royal family are still going to be looking and watching at what goes on, and that is a fact. So you know, again, we await to see how Harry and Meghan intend to commercialise themselves, and also how they classify being respectful to the Queen. Leanne says, you need to give us a profile view so we can name that tiara. It's just the Duchess Augusta tiara. Elizabeth Regina likes it at the front. Or I can wear it kind of like how the Queen Mother used to wear tiaras in the 20s. She used to wear them more as like a bandeau. A bandeau look. It fell down on my nose. But yeah, okay, profile. There we go. Right. Okay, I am going to go now. I've delivered all the royal news, the royal roundup of today is complete. And unless anything crazy happens, that will be it for today until tomorrow. So, if you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also do of course hit the bell so that you know, so that I know that you're enjoying the videos, and you will get a notification every time I pop up and do a live chat. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. So, from me in Shropshire, mwah, to you all,